Imagine you're a software developer working late into the night, buried in lines of code. The clock is ticking, the deadline is looming, and you're staring at the screen trying to figure out why your latest feature isn't working as expected. You're frustrated, tired, and the bugs in your code seem to multiply the more you stare at them. Now, picture a friendly AI sitting beside you, quietly observing your struggles. But instead of just watching, this AI taps into its immense knowledge and offers you a hand. Here, let me help, it says, seamlessly finishing the line of code you're working on. It doesn't just stop there. It analyzes your entire codebase and suggests, how about I optimize this block of code? It'll run faster and take up less memory. Grateful, you watch the AI refactor your code, making it cleaner and more efficient than you'd imagined. This is the reality of using AI in software development today, where it feels like you have a coding companion, guiding you through the hardest parts of your project. Chapter 1, The Code Whisperer. It starts simply enough. You're writing a function, perhaps to connect to a database. As you type, your AI assistant quietly suggests auto-completions. Need a connect to DB method? It hints. With a simple keystroke, it finishes the method for you, complete with error handling and best practices that you hadn't even considered. The more you code, the more the AI learns your style. It starts predicting entire blocks of code, like the trusted colleague who can finish your sentences. Instead of worrying about the syntax or looking up obscure APIs, you focus on the problem you're solving. And the AI keeps whispering helpful hints, almost as if it's reading your mind. Chapter 2, The Guardian of Quality. Once the code is written, it's time to review it. But rather than sifting through hundreds of lines, looking for mistakes, your AI assistant already has you covered. It's constantly on alert, scanning your code for bugs, vulnerabilities, and inefficiencies. Hey, it points out, you've got a potential security flaw here. It highlights a line where user input isn't properly sanitized, a bug that could lead to serious security issues down the road. It even explains why it's important and suggests a fix. As it continues to comb through the code, it suggests other improvements, a refactor here, a performance tweak there. With the AI's guidance, you've not only written code faster, but also ensured it's more secure and optimized. Chapter 3, The Test Master. The next morning, you're dreading the thought of writing unit tests for your new feature. Testing can be tedious, but it's crucial. Enter the AI again, this time with a solution. It automatically generates a suite of tests, covering all the edge cases you might have missed. I've written tests for every function, it says, and I've added some additional checks based on patterns I've seen in other projects like yours. You run the tests, and everything passes flawlessly. The AI has not only saved you hours of mind-numbing test writing, but has also improved the reliability of your software. And when a new feature is added, the AI quickly updates the tests, ensuring nothing breaks. Chapter 4, The Debugging Oracle. But as with every project, something eventually goes wrong. Your code crashes during a demo, and panic sets in. You're scrambling to find the source of the issue, scanning through logs and error messages. Your AI companion steps in again. I've seen this kind of error before, it says, scanning the logs for patterns. Within seconds, it points out the bug, explaining how it usually occurs. When an edge case wasn't handled, not only does it diagnose the problem, but it also suggests the fix. Thanks to the AI, what could have been hours of debugging turns into a few minutes of quick problem solving. Chapter 5, The Documenter. Now that your feature is working perfectly, it's time to write documentation for future developers. This is usually one of the most dreaded tasks, but with a smile, your AI offers to do it for you. It reads through your code and generates clean, readable documentation. I've written descriptions for all your functions and classes, it says. You can tweak them if you like, but I think they explain everything pretty well. You skim the documentation, and sure enough, it's concise and informative. It even adds comments directly into the code, making sure anyone who reads it in the future knows exactly what it does. Chapter 6, The Refactoring Sage. Weeks pass, and you return to your project to add new features. But as you scroll through the code, something feels off. The code is starting to get messy, with old solutions no longer fitting the new requirements. Before you can even start worrying, your AI steps in. Let me clean this up for you, it says. It suggests refactoring some functions, simplifying complex loops, and even improving database queries for faster performance. It's like having a senior developer with years of experience guiding you on how to improve your own code. You accept its changes, and the code becomes clearer, faster, and easier to maintain. Chapter 7, The CI/CD Architect. The project is nearing completion, and you need to deploy it, but deploying cloud-native applications can be complicated. You've got infrastructure to manage, configurations for different environments, and potential deployment failures to handle. Once again, the AI is there. It suggests a fully automated CI/CD pipeline, optimized for your specific project. I've seen how you've structured your code, it explains. Here's the best way to deploy it across different environments while ensuring everything stays consistent. With a click, you integrate the AI's recommendations. Deployments become smoother, build times decrease, and errors are caught before they hit production. In this world, AI isn't replacing you as a developer, it's augmenting you. It's like having an expert always by your side, helping you avoid mistakes, write cleaner code, and solve problems faster. You're still the creative force, driving the project forward, but now with the added benefit of a tool that's always learning, always improving, and always ready to assist. And as you wrap up your project, you realize that coding isn't just easier. It's more fun, more efficient, and more impactful with AI by your side.